This episode of Like It or Not is sponsored by CH Peptides, a trusted source for high-quality research peptides like tirzepatide, BPC157, and IGF-1LR3. With fast shipping, consistent purity, and top-tier service, CH Peptides keep things simple and reliable. Want to learn more or book an appointment? Just call or text 707-380-6411. Tell them your boys from Like It or Not sent you, and you get 15% off your order. You can also order at chpeptides.com and enter Like It or Not at checkout for 15% off your order. So do not delay. Call today. That's CH Peptides. Products are for research use only, not intended for human or animal use. Complete Health Peptides makes no claims or promises regarding the effects of any product. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by DC Customs. Class of 2026. We have a special announcement for you from DC Customs. Special shout out to our hometown Wildcats at Ukiah High School. We love supporting our local students and community. This offer is for you guys. 10% off wheel and tire packages, 10% off suspension upgrades, and 10% off side steps and running boards with a free DC Customs hoodie with purchase. A perfect graduation gift or an upgrade before heading into summer. Now through June 30th, only at DC Customs. My name is Carter Lane.
I'm Drew Nickel.
Welcome to the show. Oh my God. I think you have a problem, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my goodness. Love that intro.
Hey, bro.
Hey.
Hey, happy 420, bro.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, what a day, huh? Yeah. Smoke weed every day.
Dude.
Especially on 420.
When's the last time you smoked weed on 420, Carter?
Probably 21 years ago.
Ask me when the last time I smoked weed on 420.
When was the last time you smoked weed on 420, Drew?
About 5 minutes ago. Hey!
When was the last time you smoked weed before a podcast besides today?
Last 420?
No.
Yeah.
No, I think it was when we had the public health officer on here.
No, that was longer than that ago.
Oh, okay.
And he said he wasn't coming, so I smoked weed, and then he showed up.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, God.
We
that
know.
was so terrible.
We know.
That's one of those times where you're like, I'll quit smoking weed forever, dude. I'll never do it again. God damn it. Why? Like it's. You ever have those conversations in your head?
Oh, practically every time I smoked weed.
I would have quit tomorrow, dude, for sure. And then tomorrow, your shit's over there looking all cool, like it's in a movie, and you're like, well, we'll just one more time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
20 years later.
Oh, boy, man.
Yeah. But I'm good. Life is good.
Are you good?
Yeah.
All right. I'm good, too.
That's good.
Thanks for asking.
I'm glad you're good. What's been going on in your life? What do you want to talk about, bud?
Well, I have a few things I wanted to bring up, but where are you at before we move on to these things? Where are you at with your relationship with weed? Because we have all heard you, like you stopped for quite a while,
yeah,
and then you kind of started again,
yeah,
and then you stopped maybe again, or like where were you at in the Drew weed journey?
Yeah, I don't smoke weed all the time, but I smoke it sometimes, like 420.
Okay,
like every time I quit smoking, it changes my relationship with it, and it's not like cold turkey, but it's also like it's not like I'm smoking weed all day, every day, or even every day.
Well, no, I didn't think you were doing that before.
Yeah, and when I smoke weed, it's usually like a hit of weed, like literally not much more than that.
Yeah,
because any more than that, then I'm having that conversation.
Is it
that we just had previously?
Is it a lot different than 21 years ago?
Smoking weed?
The pot, yeah.
No, dog, it stays the same.
Really?
I mean, it gets stronger and
it's
shit,
not,
but
that's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I only be smoking a little.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I mean, and honestly, like what I found, and people always roll their eyes, but it's super true. Like you got to smoke the right type of weed. Not all weed makes you feel the same, and some is that weed that freaks you out. And some people like that as hard and strong as they can get it. But for me, I'm more like, let me give it something like, where's the dad
I want to dip my toe in a little bit.
Yeah, give me like
you don't want to cannonball in the motherfucker. You want to dip the toe.
Right. I just want
sometimes get up to the knees.
Just a little dad gas, a little dad grass. Just keep it simple, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Something make you smile at the picnic.
Maybe that's why.
You know what I mean? That's all. Play with the kids a little.
Something to make you smile at the picnic.
Yeah, dude. You know what I mean? Besides the sandwiches, dude. Little that fucking the purple dad grass, dude. And in the car. And then, what's up, dude? Good to see you, bro.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude. Where's the bubbly waters at? I'm thirsty.
Maybe that's why I got so weird on weed, because I smoked the wrong kinds.
I think so. Or
we're just getting whatever you got,
or too much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's a thin line between 2 hits and 3 these days.
But I'm talking about back in the day.
I know you were smoking 5-foot bongs with handicap stickers on them, dude. Stand on a chair and I got to get on my knees to light it like that, and then they're like, I hate weed. Yeah, well.
Are you saying I overdosed on weed, dude?
I mean,
I'm the first person ever to overdose on weed.
Hey, look, I'm not the pot to call the kettle black here. You know what I'm saying? So, but we tend to take things to extremes.
Yeah, we took turns on that bong.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't just me.
In our younger day, we took things to extremes.
Yes.
We had a whole bookshelf in our living room filled with every empty bottle we drank, which is just a ridiculous concept. On its face, you're like, that is so dumb. But at the time, it was a badge of fucking honor. We were super stoked on it. And then
and we weren't going to put books on those shelves.
For sure, no books.
It was a bookshelf built into the house.
I mean,
what do you do with it when you're 19, 18 years old? You put your fucking alcohol on it.
I like how once all the space was filled, we just started shoving more bottles behind.
That's just where they went.
Of the same kind. Yeah. Here's a 151 Bacardi, dude. Put the second one up there.
Yeah. And you could tell like what we had been drinking like for a while, you know?
Like it was Captain Morgan.
Yeah, 3 Captain Morgan bottles, a tequila bottle, 2 vodka bottles, Captain Morgan.
God, I remember, my early days of Chico drinking a lot of Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
His handles of that shit.
Yeah. Captain Morgan and Coke. I can still taste it in my mouth right now.
Oh, God, dude.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah. So anyways, that's where I am with weed.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, I probably smoke weed more than I drink, but I don't like.
That's always been a true statement for you, I think.
Yeah. I don't drink too much these days. Not that I won't have a beer or two every once in a while, but or Manhattan. If the people know how to make it, then I'm down.
Yeah.
But I have more than one.
What do you
two, and I'm like,
how do you do with edibles?
It depends on the ones. The only ones I've ever really ate are the Space Gems. I like those because they don't give you the headache. But I find that edibles give me the munchies, dude.
Really?
Oh.
Even on the Retta?
Yeah, like homie said, like you eat an edible and fuck Retta can't stop nothing, dude. It's like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. The only difference is you wake up in the morning feeling like you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Because it's just everything you ate before you went to bed is still sitting right there waiting for you.
Yeah.
I just go puke it out like a fucking snake.
Oof. I can imagine.
You know what I mean? Anaconda when they cough up Jennifer Lopez. It's like, maybe it was Ice Cube. I don't know.
I can imagine. Same thing. I can imagine that the edibles these days would be. It would be better to consume them.
Oh yeah.
Because back in the day we were just throwing handfuls of weed.
It was acid weed, dude.
Hoping that we would get high off. Like we were like, is this enough? Like I don't know. Throw in 4 more handfuls.
And then
hopefully this is enough.
And then we put our neighbor in a coma for 3 days because the shit was so fucking strong. There's this nerd girl living next door who wouldn't smoke weed, but she's like, but I'll eat it though. So we baked her up a batch of brownies and we wanted to make sure they worked.
Bro, I think we saved that girl's life from any sort of drug use ever, because she flew to the fucking moon for like 3 days, and then I guarantee you, if she's out there, she has never ever touched it since.
Her name was Heather, and I really felt bad about that, Heather. If you are listening to this, I'm sorry it seemed like we dosed you.
Yeah, that wasn't the intention.
It was intentionally unintentional.
Yeah.
So,
I remember her just sitting there when we came inside and it started to hit everybody, and she was sitting at the fireplace with her head in her hands asking how long this is going to last.
Yeah, I'm like, take sips beer. Well,
we don't really know.
judging by what you ate, at least 6 or 7 hours, but you'll be all right.
We all threw in an eighth, so I don't really know how fucking potent these are, but we're about to see, lady. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, she didn't hit the pipe. She hit the books after that, dude.
Yeah,
Straight
and
edge.
never came over to our house again.
I know, we did lose the friendship over it, which was unfortunate. Because we were neighbors.
She
They
was
used
our
to
neighbor.
bring us food and shit. So we were trying to like repay the...
Yeah, she would always just come over and hang out and give us food or just kick it with us, and we'd always be smoking weed, and she'd be like, no, I'm a singer, I don't smoke.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yep.
And we're like, okay, what about eating it? She's all,
I hadn't thought about that.
we're going to Tahoe next weekend. Do you want to come?
I was like, you could also boof weed. Want to try it that way, Heather?
Oh, my
No?
God, poor
Hard
lady.
pass.
Well, I really do think that she avoided that for the rest of her life again, so.
We probably helped many people in ways we just aren't even aware of.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or totally forgot about.
I'm totally sure. I guarantee that me, myself, have drove other people away from drinking just by the way I acted.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, they were like, whoa, I don't want to be that at all. I'm never drinking again.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
That fucking yard sale changed my mind, dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When I was pouring the chicks drinks and my hand was shaking so bad I couldn't get it into the shot glass while they were at our house. And I was like, okay, and picked up the shot glass and was like this. And she was like, I think you have had enough. And I was like, bitch, I ain't even started yet.
That's the problem, too.
Oh,
If it wasn't for the morning shakes, you wouldn't get your exercise.
Oh, yikes, man. Oh. Anyways, speaking of hallucinogenics, which weed is maybe considered at some points.
Dude. Certainly can.
So I sent you a thing and you asked if it was real. Did you research it a little more?
I didn't really have time.
Okay.
My life's been a whirlwind.
Good.
So
we can
fill
do
me
it
in.
here.
Yeah.
So the story goes like this. Joe Rogan sends a text to President Trump
Yeah.
about Ibogaine in particular.
Yeah.
And the treatment and the research and the results that it has in people who are struggling from opiate addiction specifically. And with one dose, one treatment of Ibogaine, 80% of the people who were treating it for their opioid addictions were better. Mm-hmm. And with 2 doses, that number goes up to beyond 90%. Mm-hmm. So he sends Trump this text with this info in it, and Trump texts him back and says, sounds good. Do you want FDA approval? And so cut to the White House like 2 days ago or something, and Trump is signing like
An executive order.
to for one step further to begin trials or whatever the process is, right, of psychedelic assisted therapies for PTSD for veterans, but also for struggling alcoholics and addicts.
That's the power of influence right there from Joe Rogan. He's a powerful dude.
And I'm sure there's a bunch of people, behind it as well. I mean, I know that there are, right?
Sure.
But like just him reaching out. So he's standing behind. Yeah, there it is. You can play it. He's standing behind.
I literally
President
thought
Trump.
this was AI because I watched the UFC before and had heard Joe talking, but this is cool.
No, yeah, it's some real shit, dude. And JFK or RFK Jr. was there, and
dude, it's psychedelics.
Man is really respected by everybody, and he's a fantastic person. Joe Rogan, to say a few words, please. Yeah.
Well, I want to say that I'm here because of the man to my left. Brian Hubbard and former Texas Governor Rick Perry came on my podcast. They told me how impactful this medicine is. And having that conversation with them, millions of people got a chance to hear their story, hear the stories of all the different people that have had life-changing experiences from it. And I want Brian to be able to speak about this.
Good. Brian, please.
Thank you, sir.
I heard that show. You have no trouble speaking. He's got no trouble speaking.
I want to assure you that my presence here is
Who's this guy?
concrete affirmation that God has a wonderful...
this is one of the guys that has done the research on the results of psychedelic assisted therapies, and he was on Rogan's podcast. And so Rogan was saying, like, this is who brought it to my attention.
Federal prohibition of psychedelic medicine in America is over.
Fuck yeah, dude.
On the 250th year.
That's what's up.
On the 250th year of our nation's founding, everyone who has fought for this day through decades of monumental struggle, sacrifice, and suffering can now declare a seminal victory for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Rights we bear as images of our eternal Creator, whose essence is almighty, eternal, unconditional love for each and every one of us.
All right. Well, that's good.
This is the end of the beginning. We have moved mountains, yet there are mountains to move. Government systems which have relentlessly suppressed psychedelics are the same systems which will now manage their emergence. We dare not let our
All right, I think we got it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Rogan goes on to say that these substances aren't banned because they're dangerous. They're banned because of
Because they work.
what was it, Reagan's policy or a president's policy that we've been living under for 50 years or something. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
they're kind of
And that policy was
away with
probably
that.
driven by, big pharma donation money. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
so.
For sure.
I mean, fuck Trump, but you gotta give him props where props are due, right?
Look, dude, in this world, we just can't paint everything with like a broad brush. Like Trump's going to do good things, and then
Right.
he's going to, obviously sell out his purpose on certain things, which
Right.
we're dealing with. But like, that's the cool thing about the power of, one, Trump being president, and two, how powerful podcasts are, dude.
yeah,
Because Joe Rogan has become the biggest figure in media, and you and I watched UFC. Did you watch the last one, 332 or whatever, when Trump walked out and everyone was
Yeah.
like he's getting booed?
yeah,
Okay, so Trump walks right up to Joe Rogan, and I watched a video of, you might even be able to find it, but a lip reader saying what they were saying back to each other. And it was essentially something like Donald walks up to him and was like, Joe, I'm disappointed you haven't had me back on your show. And Joe said something to him like, yeah, well, maybe we can make it happen. And it was this whole dialogue. Like, Donald Trump obviously wanted to get back on Joe's podcast, probably because a lot of his popularity is waning based on the Iran war. And then also during that, they had a fight with Josh Hoshkick or whatever.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? The guy that's kind of annoying, but fights like a fucking total maniac.
yeah. You mean the guy who's fighting the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, at the White House?
So that happened because he had a good fight. And then
Yeah.
Trump says to Dana White, hey, why isn't the Black Beast fighting on the White House card?
Yeah.
And Dana's like, it's a good point. Let me call him. Calls Derek and says, Derek, why aren't you fighting on the White House card? And Black Beast goes, politics. How fucking funny is that, dude?
I love him so
Dude.
much.
And so he's like, well, you want it? And he's like, yeah. And then Josh Hoshek finished fighting, and they were like, you want to fight the Black Beast?
Yeah.
And with Trump sitting right there, and he's like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So they put that
Deal
fight
done.
together, and I feel like this just went down the same way, where Trump is a guy that likes to do deals and does things like that he can get something out of. You know what I mean? I don't know what the term transactional.
Yeah.
In the way that he thinks and operates. And, Joe he had a call, and he used it, right? Like
Yeah.
you got one call to the president to get some shit done, Joe. You got the power for one bullet in the chamber, and he used it for that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is super cool. And I'm sure there was a ton of footwork done to lead up to that moment, right? And of course, but for him to be able to just text the president and be like, hey,
Yeah.
here's this, here's some information, check it out.
That's the power of podcasting.
And he's like,
And Joe.
okay, I'll check it out. And then was like,
So,
that simple.
and I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, we've had Jevin Nally on here.
I want to have him back.
We should.
I wanna talk
because
to
he's
him
doing
again
cool
about this.
stuff. I actually just spent a weekend with him.
Cool.
And anyways, we'll talk about it. What was I saying? But I've just seen firsthand through the people, through him and being like involved, having friends that are in the Iboga kind of community, just how many people that I've met and then have, you know, come to our ayahuasca ceremonies who started off taking Iboga or Ibogaine and never went back to using opiates and eventually kind of quit everything and live like strong, healthy lives. And then they use ayahuasca to kind of maintain afterwards. And it's just it's so powerful, dude. I hope that it opens people's minds to the fact that hallucinogens aren't really, I mean, anything can be used in a drug fashion to pursue pleasure, but like used as medicine with intention can heal trauma in a major way, which in turn gets at the root cause of addiction and then it rips it out, dude. Because a lot of addiction comes from us, you know, like if you listen to Gabor Mate, what he says, he just nails it, dude. Where he's just like, you're addicted to escaping the feeling of, or being afraid of going back to what traumatized you. And so addiction is all trauma based. And when you take ayahuasca or you take I haven't taken Iboga because it can have, it's hard on the heart. Like it's very much like, you know, there's some risk involved, not a ton, but that's why it's important you do it with the right people who run the right tests. So it's like, why risk it for the biscuit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you're not trying to kick heroin or something. But put you in a perspective where you understand how valuable you are as a human and a spirit in a package, even when you haven't thought you deserved anything.
Yeah.
And then you interact with those spirits or whatever you want to call it, that higher realm of consciousness. It's really more of a frequency than like an entity. And you just realize like, dude, I'm so valuable. And the decisions I made are just like, you know, you can feel like you would be what you would be like when you were 90 and you continued living your life like you lived it. And you look back just disappointed. And you can feel that, bro. Like in a, you know, psychedelic experience like they're talking about there, or like, you know, you just feel what it would have been like to totally stay on this path and waste your life, at least according to what you decided you were going to come here to do when you were incarnated as this version of yourself, you know, this physical experience. And you come out of that and you don't forget it. Like you're not like, oh, something weird happened, but I think it was just like, bro, it hit you like a bolt of lightning.
Yeah.
And it's hard to go back and forget that. And then when you start wanting to relapse, it's just not the same. You know what I mean? There's always in the back of your mind, you knowing what you're really worth, and you're worth more than that. And it's just like, it's really cool.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people that don't use psychedelics to get sober, they have their moment where they have some sort of spiritual experience that allows them to change their behavior. Right. And so that's what you're talking about, right? Like that's a spiritual experience that fucking grounds you in your own reality and allows you to fucking begin changing your behaviors. And that's what we'll talk to Jevin, but that's what I want to talk to him about too, because just removing the addiction part is just a piece to the puzzle in my work, in my eyes, you know, in my experience. Just taking the drugs away and not having the craving anymore is one thing, but there's also a bunch of other things, you know? So
such is life, right? Layers on layers on
Totally.
layers of it.
Totally.
And that's the point. Like, you know, these drugs do so many other things besides just stop addiction. Like you could also probably get rid of antidepressants too.
And they have like super good research numbers on helping vets with PTSD. Like that's why I'm for them, because like I don't think they're for me, but I think that the numbers of research that people are doing and the success rate is too high to like ignore. You know what I mean? And that's why I think we're here, is because the success rate is too high to ignore. How do you say no, continue to say no to something that's working? And there's an opioid crisis happening in our country. So why wouldn't you do that?
Bro, there's
and Trump is the guy to fucking say, yeah, sure, here's my signature, you know, which is great.
There's an opioid crisis, there's an anxiety crisis, there's mental illness crisis, there's sexual abuse crisis, there's everywhere life is filled with experiences that are very impactful on you know your soul and your at least your life experience. And there's very few things that help get to the root in a reasonable amount of time. Like you're right, there's so many different paths. You can use prayer, meditation, therapy, whatever, exercise, yoga, right? There's all these different paths. But I think the thing that hallucinogens bring to the table is that they can peel the banana, or at least make a crack in your awareness of realizing in an experience like, holy shit, that's why I keep making that choice. Mm-hmm. Or this is how I actually felt, or I was hurt by this, whatever. And it's experiencing and looking at that trauma or that issue or whatever you're doing with, and then just having a moment to like actually sit with it and acknowledge it, mm-hmm. forgive it, find wisdom in the experience, let it go, all of those things. And you can process that in some of these, hallucinogenic experiences in a very short amount of time. And then that doesn't mean, okay, yeah, you're fixed, you're healed. Like you said, you did some drugs and it's over. It's like, no, dude, that's just like the point where the healing begins. Mm-hmm. And you have now the plan to go and do more things. Like I realize I need to exercise. I need to change my diet. I do need to talk to somebody. I need to apologize to my brother, forgive my uncle. Life's too short. I haven't talked to him in 5 years. Over what? It doesn't mean shit, right? Because mm-hmm. that ego thing, I just think that's where it's like, that's medicine that solves a lot of problems mm-hmm. for a lot of different ailments and symptoms, including disease, Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if, if it becomes legal or whatever the result of this is, if the mom and pop people that are doing it on the DL now are going to be regulated, and know what I mean? All that
fuck, bullshit. Whatever you do, don't regulate it, dude.
Right?
Fuck, you want to ruin it.
You know what I'm saying?
No kidding, dude.
But yeah, they have psychedelic assisted therapies with actual therapists that are happening like currently. And the only one, I might be wrong about this, I think the only one that's approved is ketamine to mm-hmm. do that with. There's also psilocybin and MDMA.
Right.
And those two I don't think are approved. And so there's all these people that are trained, all these facilities that are built, ready to do this, and maybe, this will come along.
So I
just think it needs to be an option.
Yeah, and let's say it becomes an option legally. What do you think will be the outlook of Alcoholics Anonymous on those kind of therapies? Like, do you think it'll be something that they encourage, or do you think it would constitute breaking your sobriety?
I don't think I can speak to the whole like community, but like for me, it would just be it would be based on each individual's belief.
So somebody could maybe do that and then just not share it with the group and keep their chips, and you would feel like that's in integrity.
If I wanted to go with you to Colombia,
right,
I would probably talk to my sponsor about it.
Yeah,
right. Who's the person that I check in with when I'm like, hey, I got a crazy idea. What do you think about this? Mm-hmm. And we would probably have a conversation about what are my intentions in doing this? What is we just talk about it, and then I would make the decision, and they would be like, cool, or good decision, or good decision.
I think you nailed it, dude. It's all about the intention behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not, when you're trying to get fucked up.
Right.
And when you're trying to heal yourself and you're making an effort.
Totally. And I just have to say also, I don't think it's right for me, because I don't think that I, kind of like you said, like with the Ibogaine, there's a percentage, there's a small chance something with your heart, and why risk it when you already, have a pretty good life and all that stuff. I feel similarly to part of me feels that way with doing psychedelics at this point, because I don't think I would risk it to fuck up what I have going on. Mm-hmm. Not that it would or wouldn't, but like there's a part of my mind that's like, I want to avoid that, just putting myself into that situation where I would have something like that come up.
I mean, one thing's for sure, these types of medicines aren't for everybody. It's not everybody's path. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it needs to be an option.
But it needs to be an option for people. And what's really important is people acknowledge that it actually does help and not treat it like it's, oh, you're just doing drugs.
Yeah.
That has got to change, because I've heard
Well,
that.
I think a lot of that comes from the 60s, right? Where people were fucking getting high out in the streets and the hippies and all this stuff, right? And that's where it got stigmatized. And then the war on drugs came and they're going to just eliminate all this shit. And then it never got corrected until hopefully now, right?
Well, I did think it comes from a lack of understanding, and like you said, a branding from a past time when the intention was different than.
Yeah.
And I also think it's not fair to compare, ibogaine, ayahuasca to LSD. I just don't. I mean, I know some would prefer LSD over the other, right? But I just feel like they're not exactly the same thing. Not that LSD can't be used in a ceremonial setting or in a setting with a psychologist for good purposes. I mean, that's why they started working on it, right? Mm-hmm. But in general, it's more of a recreational drug. Mm-hmm. And it's a hallucinogen. Mm-hmm. Mushrooms, you could argue the same thing, although anybody who's eaten enough of mushrooms, or acid probably for that matter, but has had a spiritual experience. Like it's, But it's like drinking ayahuasca in Colombia or in any of the places where it's offered with respect and a wise elder distributing the medicine who knows what they're doing is different than
getting high in the woods with your friends.
Yeah, or going to a concert and eating acid. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's all I'm saying. And it seems like that's finally being acknowledged.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, which is a really good thing. And the other thing is that I like about it is that it takes people a certain amount of willingness to look at their own bullshit, and a lot of people have avoidance to that, just that specific part of it, right? And I don't, from what I am hearing, I don't think that they have a choice when they do ayahuasca or something like that, right?
Exactly.
It's like you don't you're gonna get cracked open here, and you don't have to be willing to look at it. It's all going to hit you in the face.
Yeah.
So it's this kind of way of getting around the aversion to some of that stuff. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
And
exactly right.
quick punch in the mouth, and you're fucking the plane back home being like, I'm never doing drugs again.
People who just can't help but look at their life through this like created belief that they hold on to so tight, right? And then they have this whole story that replays and replays, and you drink something like ayahuasca and it's like
Yeah.
That's a cool story, bro. Keep telling yourself that. How's that? And you're like, wait, it's not a story. And it's like, it's not a story.
Yeah.
And then
and also I think people are so desperate, and this might get muddy when it comes out or whatever, but when somebody is at the bottom of the fucking barrel and they're, strung out on fentanyl for fucking a week and a half, and they're going through withdrawals, and they're, getting medication at the fucking ER and trying to survive their withdrawals. Some people are willing to do whatever the fuck to get sober.
Obviously.
And yeah.
Right? I mean,
and if you sat down with them at the ER, you know what I mean? Like, just thinking in the future, like if this becomes a typical thing, and going over their options, like, okay, here's a residential treatment center, here's a fucking, here's these psychedelic treatments, like here's more options, right, for you to get fucking your shit together.
And I think also it seems like I tried this, I tried that, I've been to that rehab 3 times. Like,
that's another thing.
I'm out of fucking options. This is the last thing. This is my last hope.
Yeah. Or the chronic relapsers that just cannot stop. Or like, maybe this isn't working and maybe you need to try something else.
Yeah.
But right now there's not, I mean, there are options, but there's,
And the last thing I'll say on it before we maybe move on to another topic, but I think the important thing for people to realize when you do these types of plant medicines, and hallucinogens, it's not like I was saying earlier, you don't just take it and then boom, I'm fixed. There's like an integration process that needs to take place, and you also have to do the work.
Yeah, you still have responsibility.
It doesn't do the work for you, dude. It just tells you what the work is. And you could go home and ignore the message, and many people do.
Yeah.
So it's not cure all and just drink some ayahuasca and you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude, it's gonna show you the error in your ways and you're gonna agree with it because it's undeniable. The truth is the truth. And then once the truth is implanted in your brain or been shown to you in whichever fashion it was, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
You gonna go home and run the fucking ball down the field, or are you gonna just
That's what people
fumble it
say
again?
about going to AA. Like it ruins their drinking if they go back out and drink again.
Right.
Because then you're like, oh, I've already admitted I have a problem. I've already been to this meeting. I've already heard this information. I've already seen these people and blah, blah, blah. Then I go out and drink again and I can't have the denial that I once had about it. You know?
And that's and the other nice thing about these medicines too is like, you know, you can do them as little or as much as you need. Like you don't want to get carried away, but it's not a bad idea to drink ayahuasca once a year or twice a year or once every 5 years or whatever it is to like check back in and come back closer to the fire, right? Just to kind of remind yourself that it's still warm and it's still there. You know, when you feel the call, answer it. So,
Yeah.
well, that's cool.
Yeah. Good job, Rogan. Good job, Trump. Good job, other guys.
Yeah, we're talking
cool.
about positive news here on the Like It or Not podcast. And
Positive news.
It feels so good.
Well, more positive news. Your buddy Wes Watson got arrested.
Oh, let's talk about Wes fucking Watson, dude.
I can't wait.
You know, I'm like,
I'm so excited to talk to you about this.
well, I definitely.
Can you search it, Joseph? Wes Watson, Miami arrest. He got arrested for beating the shit out of his woman, I believe.
Yeah, you can bring up the John Bravo clip if you want.
A few other,
Or I can tell you the story. But
few
yeah.
other charges.
Yeah, so Wes Watson fell off the fucking wagon, dude. Super hard, and it crashed.
Fell off.
Fell off. You want to play this one?
He was on a wagon.
Yeah, that was his whole thing. Don't you remember when Rich
Yeah,
Costas
no,
came on?
I remember. He just never looked like a healthy dude to me.
Fitness influencer was caught by cops. He's facing a number of charges after police say he beat up his girlfriend. And Local 10's Rosh Lowe live in Hallandale Beach with this exclusive story tonight. Rosh.
This guy has a massive following.
Who's this guy?
That's Rosh.
Fascinated by his story. 2009, he goes to prison for, among other things, robbery. Gets out in 2018. Gets sober, creates this fitness brand, but now we're being brought back to March 17th when he was arrested for allegedly beating up his girlfriend, and it was so vicious, say police, she had bruises all over her body. Come on up.
He got kidnapping charges because he wouldn't let her leave. He got robbery because he stole her phone.
There he is.
Viral videos.
What an idiot. I feel bad for him, to be honest.
As Hallandale Beach police go to arrest him March 17th, and for the first time, we're seeing.
It would be good for Wes Watson to drink some ayahuasca. You know what I
It'd be
mean?
good for Wes Watson to smoke some weed and fucking eat
Anything-
popcorn on the couch for a
Anything
minute.
but meth.
Domestic violence restraining order.
Police say he beat his girlfriend, including forcibly slamming her head into a table. According to the police report, it was all because she went to a Miami Heat game without Watson and wore a shirt that showed cleavage.
Oh, that's a good
Police say
reason.
He said he paid for her breast implants, that she was disrespectful.
Those my titties,
for
bitch.
having them out. Also accused her
Those
of
my
cheating on
titties.
him, cops say.
Now she's got a new boyfriend, and he's enjoying those new boobs. Or it was her old boyfriend, and she just got with Wes for the boobs, and then got him locked up.
Investigators say he left his girlfriend with bruises all over her body.
Anyways, dude,
Yeah.
enough of that.
Coaching program on-
So yeah, dude, Wes is back in jail. So you know, before this, he was out on bond when this was all happening because he got in a fight in the gym because he was on his thing telling people to just show up where he's at the gym all the time. You got some problem? Show up at Real Time Fitness in Miami. Gave the address and the time he worked out, and somebody showed up. This like 7 foot tall, like fucking dude with cornrows.
I can dig Wes Watson.
Yeah. And then Wes had like 4 dudes there, and they just like beat the shit out of him with like weights and a belt and like a bunch of shit,
Oh yeah, that's hella cool.
and just stomped him. And the fucking dude set his phone down and recorded the whole thing. So he had 2 felonies, got out on bail, was out on bail, and then did that and got 5 more felonies, and now he's facing 50 years in Florida State Prison.
I
Bro.
mean, it's funny to me because he just was so angry. I'm not
Totally.
surprised.
Yeah,
he's such an angry person.
Yeah, is something going on, dude?
What
Like his
the
wiener doesn't
fuck?
work right, or he really likes boys and wants to go back to prison, or I don't know what his deal is, but his thing was just like
Hey, dude, you were lucky you weren't around him when you pissed him off, dude.
You remember he called me and told me to slap myself?
Yeah.
All right, so Wes, like, the thing
Have you ever heard this, JJ?
You haven't heard? You know who Wes Watson is? No. That guy? Yeah. A lot of people don't know who he is, so I don't.
So he got out of prison and was like, I'm all on this fucking kick, and you can be the fucking man you want to fucking be, dog. And like,
yes, but it was actually a really fucking good message, which was like, I've been to prison. Bitches go to prison. You don't want to be there. You think you're cool, but it's not cool. What's cool is doing the right things in life, being the man you're supposed to be for your people, being in the best shape of your life, you know, being able to provide for people, and like that's what's up. So get up early. He got up at 2:45 every morning, read something positive, like pushing the Stoicism books, right? Like he was into all that.
Yeah, hardcore.
Hitting the gym, getting your macros right, and just being a fucking legend. And he like lived that life where allegedly he was getting up at 2:45 every morning, never fucking missed. And that was his whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Don't be a bitch.
The rest of us are out here fucking missing, you know what I mean? Being like, damn, dude, it's fucking cold at 2:45. I just went to bed at 1:30.
And Watson's like, don't be a bitch.
He's like, yeah, sleeps for fucking pussies. You know what I do? I tell myself I'm not tired. That's what he said, dude. But all jokes aside, because he's kind of a meme mockery of himself now. Like back then, he was like, it was cool, and he was helping a lot of people, right?
It was all right.
It was all right. Did you ever watch his long form YouTube videos?
I mean, I saw what you showed me in pieces of him.
Yeah.
He just all fucking looked like he was
You're
writing it out, yelling at the camera, and you're a bitch.
Yeah.
He was just so angry.
So
He was
bring up a
just so-
picture. Can you bring up a picture of Wes Watson in like 2018 when he got out of prison? So I did sign up for one of his programs, which was the Watson Fit. Like you pay, but it wasn't like.
Was it $60?
It was like 40. Go down. He would have had hair still and no beard. There you go. GP penitentiary. Any of that one up there where he's right there to the right. Yeah, that's like kind of what he used to look like, just like a regular dude. You know, he's still trying to flex and be all big, but he wasn't roided out. He was just regular buff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did his course, which was like 3 months. I think it was $750. He gives you a macro plan and a workout plan, and then you can jump on these like Zoom meetings every fucking Saturday and asking questions.
We're going to take a quick break to support the people who support the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Thirsty Axe is not only a place for you to enjoy some good aggressive axe throwing and some skillful pool playing, it's also a place where they have live karaoke every Thursday night. They have trivia every Wednesday night. And they have live music with DJs and bands on the weekends. April 11th, they're welcoming Anthony B. to Ukiah. On the 17th of April, they're welcoming Fleetwood Mac, the Fleetwood Mac tribute band. They have lots going on their calendar of events. Go check it out at thirstyaxe.com. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Thompson Construction. Thompson Construction is an excavating and grading general engineering contractor based right here in Ukiah, California. They specialize in septic system installation and repairs, land and site development for residential, commercial, agricultural, anything you got going on. These guys can handle it. No job too big or too small. At Thompson Construction, they love what they do and they take the utmost pride in their work. Customer satisfaction and great attention to detail is a major goal of these guys. So give them a call today, 707-391-7679 for your free quote. That's 707-391-7679. The boys at Pure Blends Barbershop have done it again, ladies and gentlemen. Voted 4 years in a row best barbershop in Lake and Mendocino counties. That's right. If you want to go to the best, that would be Pure Blends Barbershop. Call right now to book an appointment, 707-472-6097. Get yourself looking good like Drew and I do at Pure Blends Barbershop. And now, back to the show.
Right? And what
happened?
So he texted me, dude, and he's like, here you go, big homie. Welcome. Join the fucking part of the crew. You can download this app and then put in your shit, and you'll see these. He had 2 apps that he worked off of. And I'm like, fuck, trying to follow the fucking directions, and it's fucking not
stoned.
I hadn't quit yet, bro. I hadn't officially started a program, dude. I mean, maybe not, but I'm trying to. That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
That's up nor down.
Yeah, I got you. So you're trying to figure out how
connect
to
the fucking apps, because I'm supposed to fucking cut and paste, and I'm not a programmer, dude. What the fuck? What am I paying you for, Wes? That's what I was thinking. And he's just like, you can't follow simple fucking directions? Because I'm like, I text him like, I'm not getting what you're saying I'm supposed to get. Mr. Watson.
Quit being a bitch.
So my fucking phone rings, dude. And I look, and it says like Chula Vista, right? Isn't that?
No, didn't you text him and you said like?
I was texting him, and he was fucking like, he was like, he said a lot of these, but he was like, Richard doesn't have these fucking kind of problems. How come you do? Because Rich Costas like got me in, and Rich at that time was like doing this like thing where we wake up every morning and do 100 burpees.
Yes.
Which was like good. That was the thing. Like every morning, don't miss 100 burpees.
What happened? You fell off, and then you told him, "I'm back, bitch," or something like that.
Oh God, that was the second time. Yeah.
Oh, that was the second. Okay,
he called
go
me twice.
Okay, go. First call. Go.
The first call was I couldn't get the apps linked, and I was asking too many questions. And he calls, and he just goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you retarded? Rich doesn't have these fucking kind of fucking problems. Do me a favor, bro. Hey, bro, do me a favor. Take out your hand. Got it? Yeah, look at it and slap your fucking self with it, dude, because you're fucking slipping, dog. Fucking don't ask me all these questions, click." I was like,
he signs up for a second time.
So then
this maniac.
It ran his courses, dude, right? Did I call him? Did I say bitch or motherfucker on the second time?
I think it was motherfucker. I think bitch he would actually kill.
I think it was motherfucker because that's more like how I talk.
Yeah.
So it expired after 3 months, and then a month went by, and I was doing it, but I was like, dude, fuck, 100 burpees every day just stop. I fucking hate burpees, dude. Every morning, dude. For the rest of my life, I need AA burpees, dude. One day at a time. Okay, so I sign up, and I was stoked to be like back because it was like, people are in there.
You're renewing your interest. You got a real resolve to do it good this time. You got the apps working.
Yeah, so once I got it all, I text Wes because I was stoked, dude. I was like, I got it working, dude. I'm paid. I'm back, motherfucker. He's like, who you calling a motherfucker? I bet you I could bring up the text. I wonder if I have Wes Watson in here, dude. I should see.
And then he called you back.
Yeah, and said, you ever call me a fuck motherfucker again, I'll beat your ass. Who the fuck you think you are? You ain't shit. You're soft as fuck. You're fucking nothing, dude. You're fucking soft, bro. You think you can talk to me like that, dude? Do something, and then you can come fucking talk to me. Don't ever say motherfucker to me again. Click. I was like, fuck, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. After that, I was bummed, dude. And I fucking didn't want to do. I was like, fuck you, dude. You think that's funny, dude?
So funny, dude. It's so good.
The first
so
time,
good.
I respond well to that kind of like, mostly like I like tough love. You know what I mean? I respond better to that. Like, I can
twice.
But that second time, I was just kind of like, man, fuck you, dude. I was just excited. I wasn't doing nothing dumb.
Give me my money back,
yeah.
Wes.
Let's see. I don't know if I have him in this phone. Oh yeah, here we go. Wes Watson 1 and 2. Let's see if we still have the text. No, they're blank. I have his numbers. Should we call him and see if he answers?
He's in jail, dog.
Let's see if he answers.
He's in jail.
This is Wes Watson's first number. Oh, shit. Wes Watson from jail. You have the Tiger King or. I mean, just so you can see on the camera, I didn't.
I think he's in jail, bro.
He's not going to answer. Well, I wanted to see if there's a voicemail that picks up, but maybe you're right.
Tell him you want to join again, and you're back, bitch.
193.
All right, I got one more number. Let's see if that's got any text. No, it's old phone.
Oh, God, dude.
Maybe he'll answer the second Wes Watson.
I wish.
Out of. Well, I don't got Wes's number anymore, but.
Oh, damn it, bro.
So anyways, but I always followed the dude because I thought he was cool. I liked his message and I admired him, the way he was trying to help people and all that. But then he started making a lot of money because he got big, and then he just ended up fucking just spoiled by money, right? They say it's hard to wake up at 2:45 when you're in the morning when you're sleeping in silk sheets, dude, you know? And anyways, he ended up fucking giving it all up. I think he probably hit a point where he couldn't take roids anymore because it was affecting his health. Had to stop doing roids, and then started being like, oh, dude, fuck all that. I spent way too much time in the gym and being disciplined and not enough time connecting with people, and I love my people, and I want to be with them.
Love enough to beat their ass, huh?
He used that as an excuse to just start going clubbing every night and obviously getting into drugs. And, you know, when you're not sleeping and you're already an angry person and you're putting that booger sugar and, you know, lighting that glass pipe,
damn, bro.
The mighty have fallen, dude.
Wow, man.
You know what I mean? It's
imagine how he's gonna be when he gets out this time.
And people say Florida don't play, dude. It's not California.
Yeah.
He's facing 50 years. I don't know that he'll get that, but I don't see how he gets out of there without at least doing a couple.
Sure.
At least 2 or 3.
Then he'll be back better than ever, baby.
He's already doing it, dude. And it's the wackest thing. Look up the clip of, if you care enough, Wes Watson from jail now. It just came out.
No, dude.
And he's all, I'm back. I'm programming all my people, dude. These fucking lames. But it's just sad, dude. It's all of a sudden now, dude. I can't. You ruined your credibility, dude.
That's all right. We don't need to.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, dude. You can imagine what that call would be like.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
So, Wessie Poo, yeah, I honestly hope he doesn't end up going to jail because that would be just so fucking tragic and ironic. But at the same time, it's
you hope he doesn't go to jail?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he really beat her and it was really bad, of course you deserve to be punished. But I don't want to see him do 50 years. That's a long time, dude. I mean, it's not okay to hate your girlfriend either. I'm not trying to justify that. It's just it would be tragic that dude doesn't come out of fucking prison till he's 94 years old.
Well, he have some good programming in there. Discipline.
He did it to himself, though, dude. Just thinking he's the fucking cat's pajamas all the time and everyone else is just fucking lames. And it's okay, bro, well, at least I'm fucking going to bed next to my wife every night eating a hot fucking supper, dude. Waking up at 7 a.m. like a fucking rock star, dude, living the dream. Suck it, dude.
There we go. That's what I wanted.
Your numbers are disconnected too, bro. Can't even afford the bill.
Yeah.
Anyways, dude.
Okay, so we got Wes Watson. Let's go to our calls and texts. Do we have any of those? We have a phone number that Drew and I share because we're so close. It's 707-234-8926. You can call, you can text, you can just those two things. And leave us a message.
You can send an email to it, but we won't get it.
Yeah, you can send a crow. We have a couple, or one or two, something. Joseph, you want to bring those up?
Just one.
Is this a text or a call?
It's a call.
It's a voice call. Okay, let's hear it.
I haven't heard this yet.
Hey guys, it's Misha. I enjoyed your last podcast and it was kind of cool to hear some of the voicemails that you guys had. I don't have any crazy stories right now, but I would like maybe eventually you guys to have somebody on that can get into the current state of our town, Ukiah specifically. I feel like it's going in a direction that is not beneficial to the youth. Everybody always says we don't have a skating rink anymore. We don't have a bowling alley. I mean, you travel outside of Ukiah and they've got like skydiving things. They've got K1 Speedway. They've got Top Golf, bowling alley, skating rinks, you name it. I just feel like we don't have much to offer our youth. It's a dying community as far as our children go. We only have one main high school, and there's been lots of complaints about that with staff and whatnot in the media lately. I just am curious to know where our future is going in the next 4 or 5 years. As you guys know, me and my husband just had a surprise baby, and so now we're looking at his childhood, so we just want to hear what you guys think, or if you guys could have a guest on that knows more about where our future is headed in Ukiah. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Well, thanks, Misha.
Yeah.
I believe we've had Mo on, and we've talked about this subject before, but I wanted to also bring up that Left Coast Seafood closed.
Yeah.
And yeah, what are we doing here?
I mean, who are we gonna have on? You got me on every week, dude. So never fear, dude.
The expert's here.
The bat signal is up, and I can solve all of Ukiah's problems.
Here you go, Misha.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Drew.
No,
give us one of your talks.
I mean, she's got a point. And first, congratulations on the surprise baby. What a gift. So, I caught that at the end.
So this is also, I don't want to blow him up. I won't say his name. This is also the person that came up to me, not the person that called, but her husband, that came up to me after you were talking about the shame closet, and said that he got a vasectomy, but it didn't work.
That's the surprise?
That's the surprise baby.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that really was a surprise.
But he's super cute, and he's hella...
Everything happens for a reason, dude.
100%.
You know what I mean? He could be the boy that changes the world.
But anyways, shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome parents.
Yeah. Listen, I think everything changes, and I agree, but it's like, who are we going to bring on to talk about it? Like, someone from the city who's going to say they're doing a great job. Someone from the county who's going to be like, yeah, it's a problem. What do we do? And it's like, I feel like everywhere we turn, there isn't anyone to talk to who has like the answer.
Solutions or
I think there's
plans.
Definitely solutions. So let's talk about them. I think one, it's like, okay, so the bowling alley closed. There's not a lot of things for kids to do, but so we got to create that. What do we want our kids to be able to do? What are the main things you see in other places? Like I heard her mentioning skydiving. It's like, if there was skydiving in Ukiah, do you think they would be busy? There'd probably be like 5 people there on a Saturday. You know what I mean? So I think we really have to figure out
if the skydiving place could open.
Right. Because of the city or the county. And I think so let's unpack it. I think one, we should get clear on what we want as a community. Like, what do you want the place you live in to look like? What do you want for your kids to do? Secondly, who in the community is actually out there trying to do those things? For example, John Strangio is buying land and really making an effort to build a complex here in that area, where
by Masonite.
Yeah.
And his idea is similar to the Epicenter. If you've ever been to Santa Rosa and gone there, it's like a multi-complex with a bunch of different things, right?
Yeah.
The Epicenter has bowling and a restaurant and a bar and, darts and video games and laser tag and trampolines and an indoor soccer field,
right.
Lots of other stuff.
So one, there you go. Do you want that? Can you support the person who's trying to do that? What does that person have to do in order to get that to happen? Well, like you said, we got to get it built. All right. So who do we got to talk to get it built? Well, the county or the city, right? I think that is out in the county. So the next thing becomes, who are you voting for? Are you paying attention to who you're voting for, especially locally? Do you know who these names on the signs are? Are we spending any time and effort to figure out who these people are and what their vision for Ukiah is? And I really think that needs to be something that we ask the people who are asking for our vote. because some people have very different visions. Some people moved here from out of town and they like the quiet, sleepy little town that it is, and that's what they came here for. But they're not trying to feed a family and raise a family in this community.
Yeah, they're trying to go to the farmer's market on Saturday and then go back to their house. And
there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But a lot of those types of people have time to run for office while you're busy raising your kids.
Or pay attention to who's running and vote.
Exactly.
Right? Like that's also a part of it.
And so I think that it's the reason it is because people are too busy working to take care of their kids, which is what they should be doing. I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing. I'm saying them's is the breaks. That's the fact of life. Like family first, kids first, survive, provide, thrive. The last thing you want to do is read about like some cat lady running for librarian or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's important because like Mo said, and I'll keep saying it, she won mayor by 34 votes. I mean, we're talking about margins that are absolutely swayable by one cocktail party and everybody being like, I agree, let's vote for the guy who's running for city council who wants to, build a skating rink, build amazing things in our community, because that person's probably going to get in there and figure out how to get it done and remove some of the blocks. I think we have a huge problem with the city of Ukiah and their current outlook and attitude towards business owners and the buildings that have existed in this town that they own or rent way before they ever owned it or rented it. We're talking about buildings that are 100 years old, and to go to those and be like, it absolutely by the book has to be this way, and that means spending all of this money on upgrades that are just so costly to old buildings that there's no
new buildings.
There's no new buildings. And I just think the attitude of the city is, well, if you can't afford to do the work, don't buy a business. And that's why there isn't any, because nobody can afford it unless they're, Mountain Mike's Pizza or In-N-Out Burger or Hobby Lobby or a methadone clinic.
Yeah. And look at what just happened with Left Coast. I want to bring that up. And I don't know the specific details, but I can imagine the story goes that building needed to be retrofitted.
No,
there needed to be some work done to it, right?
I don't think that that's the case because they were renting. I think Zach Schott owns that building, but I'm not sure. But someone local, I think, owns that building.
Okay, so you go in there and pour a bunch of money into it to get it started. And this is my problem with...
During COVID, they opened, don't forget.
And this is my problem with building something here. Is there going to be enough people that support it? So I know, and you know, a bunch of people that have teenagers. I have teenagers, and I want something for them to do, of course. But the population of Ukiah is largely low-income people. And we have the high-income people. And if we build something like Epicenter, are people going to be able to afford it? Are enough people going to be able to afford it to keep the place open? Right? Why would I or anybody else invest all this money and time to build something that can't be supported by the community? And our community is super divided in terms of the population, because we have a huge Hispanic population. We have a huge Native American population. We have a population of really old, the baby boomers that moved here, that aren't from here. We have a bunch of people that have been ranchers their whole lives. We're such a diverse place that how do you cater to a large enough portion of that to survive?
It's a good point. I think that's part of the issue, but I feel like a rancher's kid, a Hispanic kid, and a hippie's kid would all want to play soccer in an indoor soccer rink. Now, whether they can afford it or not is a good point. You got to be able to, afford it. But I think the other thing is you also just got to show up and support it.
Yeah.
And you got to...
Is there enough people to do that? That's my point.
I think that's the decision our town has to make. Like what she's saying, like what can we do about it? It's like you got to find the people that want to do it, get them and empower them to do it, make your vote count. But the most important thing, like you just said, is like, and then you got to go there.
Yeah,
And
how
even
many
when
people have been to the Thirsty Axe and axe thrown with
Right.
their teenagers?
And you know
You know what I mean? Or like,
And you say you're gonna go, but then when Saturday night comes and it's a little cold and you're in your sweatpants, you just sit it out. Like, you got to be like, no, I said I was gonna go, and I want to support this business so it stays open for my kids to go.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna rally and go. Oh, there's a band playing, and I want to hear their. I'm tired and I don't really feel like going, but I like the band, and I bet they would sure appreciate me showing up and supporting their attempt to entertain us with their art.
and maybe keep the doors open to get a act that I like in there next time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So I think it's all of it. I think definitely the community's got to figure it out and support it. And I don't think, for some reason, it seems to me like maybe Ukiah population doesn't quite look at it. It's not that they intend to not support it. They're just thinking like, oh, I just don't feel like going, so they don't go. And they don't think like, my town's so small that if I don't go, and they don't go, and they don't go, because 10 people said they were going to go and 6 didn't go because they didn't feel like it, like you can't keep it open on 4.
Yeah.
So you got to support.
Right. And that's why I think Left Coast had to close, because
did you read
there wasn't enough people to support it.
I think, yeah. I mean, I
you
guess.
know, busy on it was typical of any other restaurant. Busy on Friday, busy enough on Saturday, and the rest of the time it was a ghost town.
I read the letter that Matt, the owner, had put up, which was rather long. Did you read that?
I did too. Yeah.
And I could see his perspective, you know, but I think the other side of it is like there's rumors that rent wasn't being paid, so maybe like he couldn't afford it. Maybe is, you know, you don't know how businesses are being run either, right? As far as like what they're spending the money on.
Sure, but it doesn't surprise me because of the track record that another restaurant closed in our town.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's kind of the bottom line.
And it was
for me.
it was a nice restaurant.
It was great.
You know,
no complaints, dude. It was awesome.
Bar.
Yeah, it was awesome. So was Crush. So was fucking Branches. Whatever has been there. in there before.
Dude, the world.
It's like,
hey, can we just acknowledge? I was thinking about this the other day.
Yeah,
these chairs we're sitting in right here came out of Crush Restaurant when they redid it.
Oh hell yeah.
These are the original Crush chairs that they probably still got some chicken nachos in the crack. Dude.
Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Those things were fire, dude. Anyways, continue. I interrupted.
No, I'm just saying, man, it's hard to keep a business open in this town. It's hard to start a business. It's hard to keep it open. All of it's hard.
Yep. I think the city and the county should both take the perspective of we have to do anything we can to get businesses open. And if that means we have to work with people on a plan to do what we want them to do in order to open, there's no reason you can't be making money while doing what the city wishes and having a means to fund the changes the city wants. But they just absolutely refuse to even look at that.
Yeah.
And that's their problem.
I think that
city council is coming up, in November. So if you're in the city and you're listening to this, now's your chance.
Yeah, and we're going to try to have a few of the candidates on.
Yeah, we will. We'll do that.
So that we can give them an opportunity to tell you guys why you should vote for them and what they're about. I think that a Scandia would do really well here, specifically because of the price point.
Well, I mean, the indoor golf is killing it. Who's been there?
Have you been?
No.
Why haven't you sported it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm a piece of shit. I heard they even sell beers.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I know. I would be down to go, actually.
I think a Scandia would do really well because of the scale of it, right? It's big enough to give somebody like things to do, right? They have batting cages and go-kart track and golf, mini golf, and some bumper boats, I think, and a little fucking arcade and stuff like that, right? So it's a place where people could hang out. Teenagers could go and hang out and spend time there messing around, whatever. It's also like cheap enough to where most families could like do it. You know what I mean? I think if you get into something like Epicenter or like a larger scale thing, it becomes too expensive for the majority of people here to support.
Exactly. And the insurance and all that. But
I just took my daughter to the Epicenter for the night. We went bowling. We went and played arcades. We did the laser tag things. We ordered some food. We did a VR virtual video game thing. Had a great time, but I spent a fucking pretty penny, and I can't do that very often. You know what I mean? Like it was like a treat to go and do that, and it was way expensive.
Yeah.
So I don't see that happening on a nightly basis enough to keep it alive and have enough people in there that they can spend their money on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
do.
think that's a big part of the issue too.
You know what though? There's a lot of other things you can do that don't cost a dime that Ukiah actually like excels at. Like Logat Park is awesome. Frisbee golf is great. Fishing, camping, hiking, all of that we have available. Now that's not something maybe teenagers want to do. So I get what she's coming from, you know, at a certain point. But like as far as what you can do with your family and your kids, like, dude, there's plenty of room to stretch around here.
And like,
it's nice.
When you and I were teenagers, like how often did we hang out at the bowling alley?
Yeah.
How often did we hang out at the skating rink?
Right. You can go for like an hour or two and then you spend your fucking $20 and you
Yeah,
gotta
but
leave.
I didn't go there when I was in high school. Like when I was a teenager, we went maybe in 7th grade or 5th grade. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, even if you have things to do, like we ended up in the creek. That's where we were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We
Like
were smoking bud in the creek,
we
dude.
had bonfires and fucking 4-wheeled through
That's what I
the
mean. Like,
orchards.
Yeah.
It's like
Go steelhead fishing
I don't
and
know, man.
bass
Has it
fishing.
always been this way? It's just like what there wasn't nothing to do when we were teenagers here.
I mean, I agree, but there was definitely more of a town culture as far as like more stores open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More mom and pop shit. Like,
Yeah, we'd hang out at
You're right. There was
new
nothing-
release.
yeah, there was nothing to do like when we were kids either, but it just felt like cleaner and safer and more businesses open.
Yeah.
And it was a different place though. There was no Amazon and, you know, Uber Eats and any of that shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we spent time just trying to get fucking food, dude, because we have to go get it and shit. We want candy, dude. We didn't Uber Eats it. We walked 5 blocks to the fucking store. I remember waiting for my parents would fall asleep and then walk like a mile to the
Yeah.
store that was open till 11 to get fucking candy so I could play Nintendo all night. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't know.
Or getting out and walking down the train tracks in the middle of the night.
Yeah, remember we
Imagine
figured out
trying
how
to
to
do-
make the things go down?
Yes, with the big bar.
Across it. And we would just start stopping traffic.
Yeah. That's the kind of shit we did.
Stealing Keystone lights out of my dad's garage.
And his machete.
Oh, dude, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, dude, but imagine trying to wait until your parents are asleep to get out of the house and walk down the train tracks today.
That's what I mean.
No fucking
not
way
safe.
I would ever let my kids walk down the train tracks today.
Bro,
If we did that, we would maybe run into one
I was
bum.
going to say, how many people
And
do
we'd
we
ask him to buy us beer.
Yeah. And he would lecture us on why we shouldn't drink
Oh,
young.
that was in Fort Bragg.
because we turn into bums too.
I asked a bum to buy me beer in Fort Bragg, and he lectured me. Yeah, dude.
Good on that
shoulder
bum, dude.
tapped the wrong guy.
I loved it. We
Yeah,
we went
that was
home after that. 'cause
hilarious.
We couldn't score any more beers.
That's right. Party was over, dude.
Trips over, drive home. We're out of Coronas and Doritos. This fucking party's over.
Yeah, this is lame, dude. What are we doing out here in the fucking woods? This is stupid. I have a bed at home.
Yeah, I know what you look like, motherfucker. I don't need to sit here and stare at you.
I don't want to sleep in a tent with you.
Remember, I was in the car with the said
I think we told that story on
We
here,
did
but
already.
We'll tell JJ. Drew got up we were camping in Fort Bragg, and Drew got up in the middle of the night and left the tent because a couple of us were snoring or something, or he couldn't sleep, and so he went in
because you were snoring hell loud.
I don't do that, but he walked out of the camp, and it was one of those where you take all your shit, you park in the parking lot, and you hook all your shit in, and you have this little private campsite. It was pretty sick. And he walks all the way to where the bathrooms are and the parking lot is, and he gets in his truck and he puts up one of the window shield things, you know, that he had in his truck to black it out so he could sleep in there. And all of a sudden, dude, I'm like, it's first thing in the morning and I have to pee, and I'm stumbling my way to the bathroom, and Drew's not in the tent and I can't find him anywhere. And I walk up, and the side of the window shade that he put up read like "help, call 911" or something like really similar to that. Help me or something like that.
I think it's to call 911.
Yeah,
is what
dude.
it said. One side was just the regular side. You were supposed to put out, and the other side, it was like reflective, and then the other side said call 911.
And he put the call with 911
And I was
side out.
I was a little drunk, and it was a little dark, and I just kind of slammed it up there and went to sleep.
I'm like, oh my God. I fucking look in there and he's
I remember you knocking at me going, what, dude? Yeah, of course I'm okay. What are you asking me for, dude? You're snoring. And then,
oblivious. I'm like, dude, he overdosed. He puked and died in there, and he was putting up the help sign as he was taking his last breath. Fuck.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do about this town, but we got some elections coming up, so hopefully we'll have some people on and get them.
We can do it, man. Let's bring Ukiah back, baby. We can do it. We're economically challenged at the moment, but we need people with answers, and I think that less regulation, not more, will help get it going.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Cool. What else? Anything else? I'm trying to think. I think that's it for me.
That's it for me.
All right. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah. Is that it? Okay. I'm so glad you think so. If you think so, give us a little thumbs up on the old YouTube video. Give us a subscribe, if you will. Make a comment. Engage with us somehow, so we know you're out there. And we'll be back next week with some brand new episodes for your motherfucking ass.
That's right. See you next week.
All right. Take
Love
care of
y'all.
one another.